Oh, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to bring you this thing called light. I know this backdrop probably looks fake, right? It's not. Isn't that cool? I'm bringing the New Eurekan Poets Cafe stage to you. Yeah, it really does look fake. Can you see me out there? Let me see my people in the room. Welcome, welcome. Okay, Shri Lal, Michael Sindler. I see Deadpan Lizzie, Liza, Bill Elkins, Brenda Gonzalez, Jeff Cottrell. Is Pinky in the room? Staying true to tradition. Welcome, everybody. Today is September 14th, 2023, Thursday night. It's a chillier night in New York City since this heat wave seemed to have passed. I'm at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe after seeing Pepón Osorio's work at the new museum. It's still on display until September 17th. It is New Eurekan, Puerto Rican surrealism, anthropological. It is they're altars, these exhibits. So if you can go to the new museum before September 17th, go there. We conducted a workshop. The New Eurekan Poets Cafe was in their theater and did it in a, based on his exhibits, created a poetry workshop, and we had people write altars to pain and making pain beautiful. It was very cathartic. It was very healing. Tonight was a follow-up night with Pepón Osorio. If you don't know his work, he's New Eurekan royalty, Puerto Rican excellence. It was transformational. There's also an installation at Battery Park dedicated to Hurricane Maria. It was made in 2021. We're about to hit 6 years since September 16, 2017, Hurricane Maria completely changed the existence of Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans. Next week, I will be at Centro, releasing the anthology of diasporic journeys, interviews with Puerto Rican writers in the United States. I'll be on their panel, so stay tuned to see who is going to be our host next week. But another anthology that was released was Daughters of Latin America, and that anthology is out. I'm proud to be part of that anthology as well. On the 92Y last Friday, Rosie Perez hosted. It was powerhouse women on that stage. Sandra Guzman, thank you so much for that work. This is Puerto Rican, New Eurekan, at its core, contemporary work. Look for this stuff. It is amazing. So speaking of amazing, let us see who is on the list tonight. We have Deadpan Lizzie, Michael Sindler, Professor Tesosomok, Eddie Foreman, the fireman Foreman. I don't know. He wasn't here last week. Is he here tonight? Finn Bell. I hope Finn Bell is here. Got Ike Waltz, Generalissimo, Shri Lal, Unmesh Mohitkar from India, Joski C, Jason Gandanedo, and Principe. If you are not on this list and you want to get on the good luck round towards the end of the show. The slots are limited. Put your name in the chat. This program is made possible by New York State Council on the Arts with the support of the Governor's Office and the New York State Legislature, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Howard Gilman Foundation, and the Poetry Foundation. So tonight, the rules are, and have been for quite a while, you have 3 minutes to do your thing. Please be mindful of these 3 minutes. Have your cameras on, your sound on, do your thing, shine bright. All styles are welcome here. For all of you watching live on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, what's up? You want to get into the Zoom room though and get into the chat, because that's where it's at. Chat that room up, 977-539-856. This is the Thursday night online open mic, and I am your host, La Bruja. Okay, so let's see what's good. Let's unmute the room. ¿Qué es lo que hay? ¿Dónde está mi gente?
Good evening.
Yeah.
Boricua in the
Hello,
house.
hello, hello. ¿Cómo está?
Hello,
¿Cómo está?
Miss Amelia. Woo!
What up, y'all?
Okay.
Woo!
Woo woo. Let's see who's in the chat right now, chatting it up. Warren, Swagtastical, what's good? All right, let's see what's good with him. Put him on the list. And now let's see what's good with Deadpan Lizzie, who's first on the list.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, many blessings to you, Bruja, and our community. Brooke looks good. Always looks good. Always good to see it. ElizabethSophiaStrauss.com. And yeah, it was a lovely actual autumn day here in New York City. We got over that heat wave finally. All right. This is a double villanelle. I refuse to play to the beat of misogynistic drummers. They have no idea how to process that first line. Time to recover. I will continue to paddle the waters of summer, given I have a spine. I refuse to play to the beat of misogynistic drummer. I have an obvious mummer, and I wish I could find someone to unclog these drains, perhaps a feminist plumber. Time to recover. I refuse to put on lipstick to play with colors, and no, this poem did not require any wine. I refuse to play to the beat of misogynistic drummer. I take my brush and paint what I wish they could all see from earth. It will never be hard to find the right signs. Time to recover. There will be no time to drift away for slumber unless they will win, these swines. I refuse to play to the beat of misogynistic drummers. Time to recover. Another band, another drummer, bummer. I will find a moment to recover. It is now our time to become tougher. We can no longer suffer. Another band, another drummer. They no longer get to push us into the gutter or say things like it'll always be okay to touch her. I will find a moment to recover. We cannot let them outnumber or become rougher. Another band, another drummer. They will not end up the winner, especially if we continue to hover. I will find a moment to recover. I believe I have sounded the suffragette buzzer. What will this lend us all to discover? Another band, another drummer. Bummer. Thank you. Many blessings.
Whoa, that was fire.
That was dope. That was dope. That was
That
dope.
was,
That was
I mean,
dope.
you know, it was
You nailed it. You nailed it.
exactly what we
Super.
need to hear, and it was done
Yes.
beautifully technically.
Please hear that.
No, it
Very
was a
persuasively
great
done.
poem, but I mean, what it says just strikes me so hard in my heart.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you. Thank you.
That was lovely. Yes.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well done, Elizabeth dropped Deadpan Lizzie. That's like a song. We gotta I don't know, it took me to CBGB's grunge. I don't know. Oh, speaking of CBGB grunge, our bathroom is really classic in that way. If you have not been to the New York Poets Cafe bathroom, this is the funk of 40,000 years right here, but it is like iconic. It takes you back. It's a portal in time. So definitely come and visit our bathroom. Thank you for bringing up the spirits, Deadpan Lizzie. Michael Sindler, Lighthouse Writers. Tell me what it is. Tell us what it is.
Okay, yes, I will. LighthouseRiders.org right off the bat. Yes, I'm so happy I get to go eat dinner with Roseanne Gay because of Lighthouse Riders. Roxanne Gay, excuse me. I am thrilled and delighted. There will be quite a lot of other people there, but it's mainly her and me. But for those who don't get to do that, Lighthouse is a great resource. Go look at it. It's just a wonderful thing. But yeah, I'm still just kind of woo about this. So I'm going to just do a few very short new pieces. This first one is Mystery and Light. There is solidity in shadow, a strength within the void, a knowledge that lack of light is how we see a form resides. There is a background beyond infinity, impenetrable black that bleeds all light into being, a pull that sets what was once pushed into a dance of shade and shower. The glow known in absence illuminates the way back home, turning tide, ceaseless flow. There is a mystery in light. There is a solidity in shadow. And this one is called Only in Ocean. Rusting here in dry dock, barnacles are welcome reminders of the sea. They pain as they hang tight, that is true, but still, as I am still, they recall the repetitive splash of each wave on port and starboard, the buoyant thrill of being lifted, whereas now my gravity only pulls down as I lurch towards dismantlement. In this immobile place, rust wears me thin, no fresh coats painted. I can feel the crumble. I miss each journey more than the land's end at each short conclusion. Only in ocean did I ever feel alive. And this one is really short. It's called Blue World. And yeah, okay, Blue World. I might find faith if you left this blue world before me, just so I could fool myself that reunion is around some corner. How much could being wrong hurt? Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Sandler.
Yeah, Michael.
Beautiful work, Michael.
Very nice, very
As
nice, very nice, very nice,
always.
very nice.
Smart.
Michael, I really enjoyed it.
So that said, that's a wonderful question to end on. Thank you, Michael Sindler. We're going to change the flow up. We're going to do a favor for the Magus Gustav, and he's going to go up next. And then we'll continue with Professor Tesosomok. Thank you, Michael Sindler. And here we go, Magus.
Greetings, beloved poets. I have two pieces. One is an original. The other one I'm going to sing a cover. This is Multiverse Mirror. I have to share about the time I did window pane LSD and looked in the mirror to see me, my past, present, future, all melted with my face. A singularity opened up in its place, total oneness in time and space. Thoughts all vanished without a trace. Visions of existence, multidimensional. Whatever this was, it wasn't conventional. And just like that, it disappeared. A hallucination, just something weird that happened one day long ago. I promise to never forget it, though. The feeling is hard to maintain, a magic trick of the brain. Every time I do hallucinogens now, the feeling returns, that forever wow, the vast oneness of all things, a multiverse of super strings. And this, my friends, is Bring On the Dancing Horses by Echo and the Bunnymen. Jimmy Brown, made of stone, Charlie Clown, no way home. Bring on the dancing horses, headless and all alone. Shiver and say the words of every lie you've heard. First I'm gonna make it, then I'm gonna break it till it falls apart. Hating all the faking, I'm shaking while I'm breaking your brittle heart. Brittle heart. Bring on the dancing horses, wherever they may roam. Shiver and say the words of every lie you've heard. First I'm gonna make it, and then I'm gonna break it till it falls apart. Hating all the faking, and I'm shaking while I'm breaking your brittle heart. Brittle heart, brittle heart. And my little heart goes, Jimmy Brown, made of stone, Charlie Clown, no way home. First I'm gonna make it, then I'm gonna break it till it falls apart. Hating all the faking, I'm shaking while I'm breaking your brittle heart. Brittle heart, and our little heart goes, bring on the new Messiah, wherever he may roam. Bring on the new Messiah, wherever she may roam. Bring on the new Messiah, wherever she may roam. Thank you. Cheers.
That was amazing.
Bravo,
Gustav.
bravo.
Beautiful voice,
Yes,
Gustav.
Oh, Gustav.
Wow.
I have a quick question.
yes.
That's how you do it, man. Love it.
Yeah. Johnny Cash is in debt.
Can I sing for you guys?
Uh,
Can I go next? I won't mess it up.
no, you gotta take a turn.
Yeah,
Get into the good
Correct.
luck
work that
round.
way.
That's what I told them. What do you wanted me to No, ask? that's
It's
not
okay, it's
whoever's
okay.
next, I respect it. I'll wait my turn.
Okay, cool. But thank you for being with us. Thank you, May
Thank you.
Gus. And now we're gonna hear from Professor Teso Somo.
That was
You're
phenomenal.
like Deadpan Lizzie, look what you started. Okay. Teso Somo one more time.
Right. Can you hear me now?
Uh-huh.
All right. So folks can follow me on Instagram under Gashes 2019. I just finished this, so it's going to be maybe a little rough, so we're going to give it a try. The problem is all inside your head. Marjorie said to me, the answer is easy if you take it politically. I like to help you in your struggle to impeach. There must be 50 ways to impeach Joe Biden. Marjorie said it's really not my habit to intrude. Furthermore, I hope my meaning won't be lost or misconstrued. But I'll repeat myself at the risk of being crude. There must be 50 ways to impeach Joe Biden. 50 ways to impeach Joe Biden. You must step up the bat mat, make a new plot, Scott. You don't need to be Spock. Just set Marjorie free. Go on a limb, Jim. You don't need to discuss much. Just keep the flames, James, and it's a fiat complete. Slip out the back, McCarthy. Make a new plot, Scott. You don't need to buck. Just listen to Jim. Go out on a limb. You don't need to discuss much. Just keep fanning the flames, James. is a fiat complete. Marjorie said it grieves me to see you in such pain. I wish there was something I could do to make you smile again. I said I appreciate that you. How could you please explain about the 50 ways? Marjorie said, why don't we both just tweet about it tonight? And I believe that the grit will begin to convince you right. Then she tweeted and I realized she probably was right. There must be 50 ways to impeach Joe Biden. 50 ways to impeach Joe Biden.
Woo-hoo! That was romantically painful. Wow. Anybody else? What?
I really enjoyed that.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Well played, Ted.
That was,
Nice.
yeah,
Sweet, man. That was
that
good
was
sweet.
brilliant, man. That's satire at the highest
That's
level.
satire.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Woo!
word.
Thank you for that, Professor Tesosomok. As always, taking it to the next level. Oh my goodness. I don't know how long it took to write that, maybe 50 days to talk about 50 ways. I don't know, 5 days. How about that? It's like divide that. Thank you so much, Professor. Okay. Let's see how high the flame goes tonight with Ed Flame-tastic. What's good, Ed the fireman foreman?
Hey. Thank you. Oh, hey, how are you? Hope you're feeling irrecoverable blue. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to push on through. Hope everyone ready for some I'm smart to get out of the rut. Is everybody ready for some spice to make you feel nice? Is everybody ready for their fantasy? You feel all antsy? All right. But this is gonna have mom and dad let's start this day. So please, my words, be patient. I just want to burn some cages. All right. This is called Dancing Sexual Lights. Deep, sensational breaths of wind echoed off the bedroom walls. Our skin is melting in our tantalizing lava pit. We could feel the ecstatic sparks crawl and call. The shocking sexual healing start to hit, but we couldn't submit or quit. As our wild hips dipped and swirled in sensational rhythmic motion, I heard moans of deeper, tear it up, baby, as I sailed accurately precise inside your warm pink ocean. My milky mind is full of thoughts of playing me, swaying me, and taming me. A quick change of sexual positions to feel the inner bliss. My hardness slowly penetrates past the sealed crimson lips. A vigor pattern of bumping, thumping, groans and moans, a lustful kiss. My body automatically grips, slips, and dips. My hard mass filled our small openings with maximum capacity. Our eyes were pale like clouds in milk. Slowly, slowly, knitting our fast-paced naked tapestry. You taste like cinnamon and honey with a hint of soot. Therefore, floating around the steamy, scented bedroom, we love inside the vibrant, sweaty chant. Our hearts swoon and bloom all throughout the room. Our bodies felt the march of trillions of ants. Our minds were engulfed in pleasure, soaring up our spines that reached towards the skies. Our bodies captured inner pleasure by bombarding our senses. The fire was swirling and twirling towards our hearts and eyes. We were so weak, but our bodies quickly tenses. Our curvy bodies leans forward and back with a big smirk. I firmly but gently squeeze your hills and mountains. Our nerves going crazy and berserk. My lips were drinking the sugar essence of your fountains. The structure high was reaching its burning peak. The bed was lost in a feisty hurricane. We were coming while our legs and arms were getting weak. We were moving faster than any whip or bullet train. Your body gracefully danced with the burning wind. I was lost in a rampant current. Our kindled spirits descend over again. We felt whole and blissful, but a little bit transparent. The rhythm of our dance lasts throughout the night. Our bodies were bathing, electrifying, and sensation awakening. The moon shines so radiant and bright. Oh, the energy of our straightening from our reawakening. The hidden orgasmic climax serenades our brains. The sheep spews with our soaked skin. The smoke remains inside our musky, sultry domain. We slept, but too bad time remained thin. Our wet bodies shake and quake. The silence of passionate melody. The sunshine started to attack. Our heads lost in complete harmony. Thank you.
That was great, Ed. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was actually just the perfect edge of, yeah, that was nice.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Really
Ed,
well
the
done.
Carmen Foreman.
Yeah, great job.
Ed has done a sensual poem every single episode. So the collection that you have is vast of the poems you have about
Oh, you're right. That would make a great book.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, not hearing his voice. We love that
You went a
voice.
little deeper.
We love that voice.
Yeah, a little deeper.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that. We're going to keep it going, keep it flowing. We're going to go all the way to Cali and see what's good with Bill Elkins.
Hi, La Bruja. How are you?
I'm doing good, Bill.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw you in a photograph on Instagram, and I love that hat you were wearing. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyway,
Hats.
tonight I'd like to do a cover, Bob Dylan tune, and I hope you like it. The times, indeed, they are a-changing. Come gather around, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accepted that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changin'. Oh, sorry, my guitar keeps going out of tune here. Sorry, I'm gonna have to defer to somebody else. My guitar, something's wrong with it. It's out of tune. This is not a joke. It's truth.
Okay, no problem, Bill. It sounds good to me, but
it's out of tune. It's definitely out. I should have used another guitar. Anyway, sorry everybody.
No problem. How's everything going? I heard there was sirens outside. That gave it some effect.
I live downtown Long Beach, right in the center of town here. There's always sirens. It's where the action is, you know. Some good, some not so good.
I hear that. New York City too. You know how it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much, Bill. Many blessings
Okay.
to you, and we'll see you next week, hopefully.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Well, right now, I told you that I was going to announce who is going to be our host next week. And our next guest performance artist, poet, has hosted their own and still hosts their own open mics, and is a writer, a teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show some love for Finn Bell, who's going to be hosting for us next week, blessing us with her presence, her wisdom.
It is. Thank you. It is an honor and pleasure to be here and to be hosting for Bruja next week. Send me much energy, people. This is going to be a wonderful event next week. So today, the last time I was here, I admit I must have been a little high and or drunk. I wanted to sing. I didn't know what I was doing. So the song I wanted to sing, I'm going to sing today. And I dedicate this to my lovely dead Panella sister, Elizabeth Strauss, to my other sister, Jennifer Nuesi, we call Genergy, and to my three moon sisters, Indigo Pi, Marian Taff. And my goodness, I'm forgetting the last person. But anyway, all the goddesses out there. I'll remember you in a bit. Okay. All right. You think I'm an ignorant savage, and you've been so many places. I guess it must be true. But can it really be that the savage one is me? How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or ask the grinning bobcat why he grins? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once, never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my sisters. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, you will never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or whether we have white or sun-kissed skin. You need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. You need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth, and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind. Thank you.
Well, that was beautiful.
That was lovely. Thank
That
you.
was beautiful and wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh,
My favorite
wow.
Disney
George.
You
song.
can do a cappella too, but yeah, Ben, that was just great.
That was wonderful. Beautiful.
We really look forward to seeing you do this next week.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, familia.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
So next week, Finn Bell is going to bless us and host and hold space for everybody. Thank you so much for agreeing to do
Way to
that.
go.
Yes. Okay, now let's see what is good with our next performer, who is going to waltz right into the room because his name is Ike Waltz. Ike Waltz. Dun, 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 dun. How are you tonight, sir?
Well, I'm fine, but I have to correct you because the waltz comes from Vienna. And in Vienna, we spell it W-A-L-Z. There's no T.
Oh, so wait, so how do you pronounce it?
What? Waltz.
Waltz.
And the waltz comes from waltzen, means you roll. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's where it comes from, right? So there's no T in it. So I have nothing to do with that dancing stuff.
Well, thank you for teaching that. That's something that I never knew. Thank you so much.
Here we are.
Thank you. Waltz.
Looking forward, Finn, for next week. The whisper of an American lullaby night. Sleep, baby, sleep. Your daddy blew up in Afghanistan. Your mommy works 3 jobs, if she can. Your sister, sweet 16, not at school, but an addict on the street. Sleep, little baby, sleep. Sleep, baby, sleep. Your country is in need. Sleep, sweet baby, sleep. Your mommy is a Democrat. Your daddy was a Trumpster man. Your sister grew up with a burn, burned out in a flash, now stoned, hugging a tree. She just can't forgive. Pushy. You voted, sweet baby. You voted for MAGA. Yes, you did. Now that he lost, you just pretend to exist in a country without trust. And Twitter competes with TikTok, who manage suicide at best. Surrealis, and we hold on to a dream that is long, long gone. Not a rude awakening, but it's such a long time ago. Now that I remember what was fake, now that I hear what became fake, now that I struggle with reality turning fake, now that I taste my afternoon, my red-hot carrot cake sublime, fresh from the butcher's shop, rare and bloody, rancid, and yes, fake. The only truth I take is to confuse and burn my book to cover our future, warming my nauseous ice-cold ass. Oh yes, white man's freedom kills, whilst black man's body chills. Sleep, sweet country, the beautiful, sleep, sleep tight, roll in your obese dreams, kiss, kiss, whatever sight. Love you guns, snuff that really light. Good night. And so an American lullaby whispers that history once again repeats itself. Long forgotten is being free, being brave. Now we blow our bubblegum, bite our 2-inch fingernails, and pull that horrible trigger with confidence. Wake up. Wake up. It's time and start to be united. Justify that we are that famous American exceptional man. Or is it only poetry that can? Thank you.
Woo! Bravo. Trying to unmute. Everybody's going crazy in the chat room. Ooh, show some love to us.
Amazing.
Nostalgic.
Unbelievable.
Ike.
Oof.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
elegant.
Thanks again. Yeah.
Love your work, brother.
Thank you. It made me like nostalgic. It took me to just a different time. And thank you so much. The reality, right? That it's like that. It's not linear. It's just everything all at once. Thank you so much for that. Returning into the Thursday night online open mic, we have Jeff Cottrell, comedic, poetic performance. What's good?
Going good. How are you?
All right. Nice to see you. Pinky in the background. This goes way back, people. The whole blanket, Pinky is still around. It's always been there. Do you take it to gigs?
I took it to the New Eurekan last year. You might remember that. I mainly brought it for the New York Poetry Festival just to sit on the grass. But of course, I brought it to the New Eurekan just to be a good sport. Other than that, I don't take it to gigs, but I do take it to book fairs. I put it on the table to, as a kind of a cover for the table.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
going to be doing that this weekend in Vancouver, actually. So,
this is
Word Vancouver.
popular. This is great. Deadpan Lizzie got to sit on Pinky. Oh man, you're gonna have to start charging. So what's good, Jeff Cottrell? What you gonna share with us tonight?
Okay, I don't have anything new, so I'll give you something slightly older. It's called "Do You Know Who I Am?" And this may or may not have been inspired by a real Facebook confrontation with a real high-profile novelist. But anyway, excuse me, Jeff. Did I just hear you correctly? Do I understand that you dared to offer an opinion on the cinema of Stanley Kubrick? That you dared to offer such an opinion to me? Do you know who I am, Jeff? Do you know who I am? Let me enlighten you then. I'll have you know that I am the acclaimed author of more than 15 best-selling science fiction novels and the recipient of 2 Academy Award nominations for my commissioned screenplays. I have also taught several courses at the American Film Institute and at the Columbia University School of the Arts. Respected people seek out my opinions on cinema and literature, Jeff. They don't have the gall to give me theirs. So I think my discourse on the Kubrick oeuvre has far more credibility than yours ever will. Who are you, Jeff? You write your silly, petty little poems and monologues and perform them like a trained chimpanzee at small pub readings, or in this case, Zoom. You make your meager living writing advertising profiles of, dear God, industrial equipment. What a small, shallow world you live in. What could you possibly have to contribute to a discussion of high cinema? Do you know who I am, Jeff? And here's what your tiny mind will never understand. I am not merely a high-profile expert in Stanley Kubrick's art. You see, I worked with Stanley Kubrick. I knew Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick was a friend of mine, and Jeff, you're no Stanley Kubrick. Oh, you didn't know? Stanley used to invite me to his home in England all the time. We'd go out and play golf and discuss literary and film theory and talk about chess and Seinfeld, too. Christiane would bake cookies and cakes for us, and we'd sit on the porch and laugh and laugh. We'd laugh about fools like you, Jeff. Fools like you who dare to test your toes in the great ocean of high art. But you don't have the stamina to stay afloat in that ocean, and the sharks and the piranhas of truth will eat you alive. You just don't understand Stanley the way I do, Jeff. Christiane still sends me birthday cards. I could show them to you. Just say the word. Or are you too cowardly to witness real success? Do you know who I am, Jeff? I'm not merely a valued confidant of Stanley Kubrick. Oh, no. I also knew Philip K. Dick. You didn't ask, but I'm telling you anyway. And I wasn't just his friend, Jeff. I was Philip K. Dick's mentor. He would have been nothing without my influence, I tell you. And let me make it clear, the man respected me. He never thought of polluting the air around me with his superficial musings about Carl Jung or H.G. Wells or L. Ron Hubbard or even D.C. Fontana. He knew it wasn't his place. If I needed my boots licked, without a second's hesitation would he get down on his knees and lick them until royalty could dine off them. If I wanted a cup of coffee, he would not rest until the finest plantations of southeastern Brazil had delivered the finest coffee grounds to my very doorstep. You could learn a lot from the humility of Philip K. Dick, Jeff, but I suppose you never will. Do you know who I am? In the greater picture, it doesn't matter if you do, because I know who you are. You are a child, Jeff. An ignorant, wayward child lost in a forest of sophisticated adults, and you just don't have the instincts to survive in the wild, do you? You are a dumb yokel without the tools or the knowledge to thrive in a world of mature cultural appreciation. And all of this would be perfectly tolerable if only you knew your place, Jeff, but you don't. Your place is not to give uninformed and misguided opinions on cinematic works that are beyond your understanding. You don't have the license to share these empty musings with experts like yours truly. When you do, it's nothing better than mansplaining. Yes, that's what the kids are calling it today, isn't it? You're mansplaining. Even when you do it to another man, it's still mansplaining. Of course, when I talk down to you, it's a completely different thing, because I've earned my place above you, Jeff. I've earned my stature through a hard work ethic and openness to learning of which you cannot conceive. Farewell, my young prole friend. I'm running late. I'm off to dine with Connie Willis, Neil Gaiman, and Ryan Johnson. You run off now. Enjoy your little Snapchat and TikTok videos like a good boy. Run along. Don't bother me. That was called Do You Know Who I Am?
Wow.
That was fun.
That was really.
Oh my God.
That
Like that guy.
That was
Really?
extra.
Oh,
Really
cool.
You're just amazing.
I have never in my life heard the word yokel. I never heard yokel before. That was new for me. So thank you for expanding my vocabulary as such.
Local.
Now you're going to use it all the time, aren't you?
Where I come from, you hear about yokels all the time.
Cletus, you heard it on the
Nothing but a
Simpsons.
bunch of yokels.
You've heard it on the Simpsons, I'm sure. Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel. Some folk will never lose a toe, but then again, some folk will.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Jeff Cottrell, for your musings, your inspirations, your genius, your brilliance. Your mind is a labyrinth. Your vocabulary is a mystery. And Pinky is an icon. Thank you. Thank you so much. We know who you are, Jeff. And you're awesome. Speaking of awesome, Generalissimo Brian Franco is in the room, bringing it way back. One of the originals of the Thursday nights.
I thank you, La Bruja. I appreciate that.
It's true.
But I always appreciate you, even though I don't have a haiku for you. I'm sorry. It's what I can do. This is a really old poem that was written in 2001 after a triple war, and it's just now going to be published in Stick Figure, a online journal. It's called Checking Out. I was standing in line in a checkout line, checking out the belly button ring on a teen queen on the cover of a teen scene magazine, while the woman in front of me had to get a price check on her rice checks. Then she tried to cash a check, but couldn't cash the check. So the cashier called the manager who studied the check, okayed the check, initialed the check, and wrote a little check on the check. Then I whipped out my credit card and accumulated debt, walked to my car, opened the door, got in, started up, and hit every red light on the way to the hardware store. About halfway there, I came across a wreck. Lucky I wasn't in it. 2 cops took lots of notes. There was a lady in her early to mid 40s or so with tears in her eyes as she did surmise her total late 90s Infiniti SUV, while a man in his mid to late 60s stood nonchalantly leaning against his old 88, which didn't evidence a dent because it was one of those tanks built in the 70s. And I'm going to do 2 more pieces. This is called Think, Blank, Palm Side Grip Finish. Think, scratch your skull, tap your right temple with your index finger. Think, blink your eyes, keep them shut for a few seconds, squint when your eyes are shut. Think, palm the top of your head like a basketball. Release your hand for a split second, then squeeze again. Think, sigh. Be aware of your sigh. I unsuccessfully try to keep it silent. Think. Get your teeth with closed lips so no one else notices you, but believes that they know your truth. Exhale. Release all thoughts. Start over again. And I'll do one short piece of the moon, just called Moonlight Sonata. When I was a boy, I pulled the moon from the sky, held it to my heart. It was silkier than satin, smoother than fresh milled marble, softer than a cloud, light as a feather, efflorescent like a halo. It sang me to sleep. When I woke, it left tears of dust in its wake. Gracias, everyone.
Alissimo, thank you.
Lovely.
Man, that was great.
Brilliant, Brian. Wow.
I'm not used to hearing you rhyme, man. You've been hanging out with Ed too much, or what's going on?
He's inspired.
That's an older piece, and I used to rhyme all the time, just
Rhyme
like
all the time.
Yes, that's correct. Because Ed, just like Ed, rhymes kept me fed. See.
Uh-oh.
Thank you for that. That's where it's at. Generalissimo Brian Franco.
Yes,
Thank you so much for the rhymes and for the time and for the shine. Let's see now what is good with Shrila.
Hello, La Bruja. It's so good to be here.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Where are you in the world tonight?
I am in New York City.
You know what's good. You're in the Big Apple.
Yes.
Vibes.
Yes. It's good. It's good to be here
Good.
every day. This poem is called Bayanihan. It's about a friend of mine. Bayanihan. He was a collector, and she a beautiful thing, a thrill, a porcelain doll to hold. At 12, already a woman, her hair as if spun of gold. He put his sex everywhere, she said. He would deny it, but the lemon and the cypress groves stand witness. A tarnished silver moon yet rises in the dark to dawn upon the truth of her, even as he walks free. A patron of the arts, respected pillar of society. He made music in the night, commandeered her strings, while she lay stiff, unable to part her lips and scream, still playing hard at sleep, this single great pretense, her solitary defense, because no one believed in the dark mares that galloped through her sapphire nights. There were 2 or 3 or 4 of her. One couldn't handle the persistent rape, the pillage of her flesh, and not a baron's gold could save her, not the eagle's soaring flight, carrying her voice beyond those starless, bloodstained nights. Bayanihan, she is a tree with skyward roots that seek to become one. Ati Ahan, a masked parade proclaims the birth of innocence. She is the Burnham Lagoon, the city of pines, a live Camiguin volcano, the Manila Crown, holy child of Cebu, a palace of iron roof, though the seasons were too harsh for her. She is the lush grass of Bohol, now burnt dry. Her hillocks colonized by an ungentle man. The delicate milk of her gone to the pig's snout, until she slept so as not to wake again. There was no prince to end this tale. All this was told to me by the leopard who slept at her side. All this was told to me by the silver leopard who she left behind.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
That was incredible.
That was haunting.
Classic.
Wow.
Telling.
That was
Celeste says she's speechless. That was haunting and compelling, mind-blowing, amazing. Thank you so much.
We are just speechless. Shri, Shri is this wonderful example. Shri joined us a few weeks ago on the online open mics. I now see her as shameless promotion on the Sunday writers online in Zoom in the evenings. And your writing just gets better and better each week. I am so happy that you wrote and brought us here. Thank you, Shri. It's amazing.
Thank you. Incredible. So, someone that I have not seen in some time, but that has always brought such powerful energy into the room as well, all the way from India. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Unmesh Mohitkar. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm not that regular on open mics nowadays, but I wanted to start again. And Neo is the best place to start with. Okay, so this is something which I wrote in Mark Fishbane's workshop about shadows. I am scared, sitting at the corner of the road, the sun shining. Dejections of life have broken me. Now, with me is only my shadow. Even my shadow hides when it is pitch dark. It loves light, and I see no light. Darkness exists only because there is light. The shadows look at me. I can see eyes in my shadow. Only eyes, a silhouette with eyes. Eyes reassuring. The eyes of the shadow are full of light. My shadow tries to hug me, but she can't. If you get too close to what you love, the love dies. There's a Sanskrit saying, Ati Parichaya Avadnya. Over familiarity breeds disrespect. How is my shadow going to disrespect me? Is she going to leave me? Am I going to walk shadowless in broad daylight? Will the light allow shadow to run off from his clutches? I felt the shadow is jailed with me. Got so used to my slavery that the thought of freedom scares her. I look deeper in the eyes of the shadow. I can see her name written, Mruganaini, girl with the eyes as beautiful as that of a deer of a gazelle. It did not say anything about my pain. It did not console me. It did not cry with me. It was like a betrayal. Even my shadow doesn't cry for me. But deep there inside, I saw the light which even now I am holding tight. The light which even now I am holding tight. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right. Unmesh Mohikar.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh,
So great
Unmesh.
to see you again. Oh my
Great,
goodness.
great.
You know, and I was thinking that when you are the light, you have no shadow, and you are light, Unmesh. Thank you so much for blessing us. Unmesh, you're still hosting your own online open mics, or is it in
Yes, yes, that is the only thing I'm doing on the poetry front nowadays. Just hosting my online mics, and that is really refreshing and reassuring as well. But yes, I wanted to come here, and I will try to be regular as well. Great to see you, La Bruja and La Brua and everyone.
Thank you. What time is it in India right now?
It's 7:30 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning.
That is so cool. Thank you. Thank you for waking up with us. We're like the café con leche in your cup. Gracias. Oh my gosh. All right. Another inspiring soul is in the room. Joski C. How are you tonight, sir?
Oh, I'm good, Bruja. How are you?
Great.
Wonderful.
Tell everybody where you are tonight.
Well, I'm in Seattle, so this is my thing. It's where I live. Yeah. Yes. Although I wish I was there so many times. I was poetry or song. You reminded us of the horrible events around the hurricane a few years back. So I think I'll play a song I wrote at that time for those events. Is that coming through okay? Life by the ocean, rich man's paradise. The rest of us hustle for fish and for rice. How could I know I would survive when hell dropped from the sky? Come wind, take our houses to drop on our heads. Come sea, drown our bodies and carry our dead. Come rains, cry our sorrow into a howling dread. We can't come to Florida, Trump locked the door. We can't come to Florida, we're black and we're poor. We can't come to Florida, that's what Trump said. Just go ahead and bury your dead. We wander through remnant bones of our homes, all of our loves missing or gone. Hunger and thirst under the merciless sun. We can't come to Florida, Trump locked the door. You can't come to Florida, you're black and you're poor. You can't come to Florida, that's what Trump said. Just go ahead and bury your dead. We can't come to Florida, Trump locked the door. You can't come to Florida, you're black and you're poor. You can't come to Florida, from no shithole country. That's what that asshole said. Just go ahead and bury your dead.
Ooh.
Good.
Wow. Powerful.
So powerful as always. Amazing.
Isn't right until we get a Joski C song. I'm telling you.
I know. We need a Joski C album. The whole thing. All of it. All the hits. All of the hits. Thank you so much, Joski.
I hope to have that for you soon.
That would be such a blessing. But that we get to have you live on these Thursday nights, that has been the blessing. That has been the blessing for sure. So
thank you so much, Bruja.
Muchas gracias. Woo! Well, now we're gonna go into our halftime. Let's show some love for our tech and programs assistant, someone that has just been so helpful in everything that I've been doing here at the New York Poets Cafe. Show some love for RMT, Ron Mar Thompson. Show some love.
Thank you, Labro, and please.
That time.
That's right. I am so envious. You are at the cafe, but hey, it's like I was there yesterday. It's just amazing what we're doing, and what a magical night here. Joski. I'm so glad we got to see him one more time in person a month ago at the Versus and Vibes. Before, since we're gonna close the cafe next month. So Joski, powerful music as always. I'm glad Deneen and you were able to come and see us, and everyone else who made it to New York City as well. So we love you guys here. What an amazing Thursday evening as always. So much powerful poetry, songs, storytelling, monologues. I love that. I love both Mondays and Thursdays, which is a great segue to my slides because yes, we are doing and we will be continuing our weekly online open mics on Mondays hosted by Elemental, who we're going to hear from in a few minutes, and Thursdays hosted by none other than our executive director La Bruja, except next week, as she told you, there will be a guest co-host because La Bruja will be at Studio One at 7 or 7:30 p.m. in person in Manhattan on East 4th Street, which is a few blocks from the New York Poets Cafe. She will be teaching a workshop there. So Finn Bell has graciously accepted and agreed to be our guest co-host next week. And Elemental will be our tech assistant that day. Thank you for helping us out, Elemental, because I will be working in the cafe in the booth. Online also, we have Beatniks Online monthly, curated and hosted by La Bruja. If you missed any of those online shows in Zoom, just go back to our YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook page, and you can play back any of our past shows there. So, as I mentioned, yes, the New York Poets Cafe is also a building at 236 East 3rd Street on the Lower East Side in Manhattan, New York City. This is what the building looks like at the moment from the outside. And we are still holding in-person programs till the end of October before we start our building's reconstruction. So if you are in New York City or if you're visiting New York City, check us out either on Mondays, 8 p.m. in person, open mic Mondays, hosted by Soul Preem and Rice Felicia. Wednesday night poetry slam. Yesterday, J Rose hosted. Next week, the slam will be preempted. I'm going to tell you in a minute. And then the following week, J Rose will return again. Wednesday night poetry slam, Wednesdays 8 p.m. except for the first Wednesday of the month, because on that one, La Bruja hosts the Women's Orators Wednesday, or WOW, WOW. And the last edition of that one in person in our current building will be on Wednesday, October 4th. Stay tuned. We will keep you posted where we will take our in-person programs after October, after we shut down the building. But until then, Friday Night Slam, hosted by Chive Poetic, still happening every Friday, 10 p.m., followed by the Twilight Open Mic, Open Room, hosted by Chauvet. We also have plenty of other programs coming up this month and next month. This Saturday, September 16th, 7 p.m., Jazz for Justice. Next week on Wednesday will be Stories of Climate Justice for Latin Communities at 7 p.m. This is why the slam is not happening next week. And also next week on the 21st, this is why I will be working in the tech booth in the cafe next week, and Elemental will be helping us out with the Zoom controls at the online open mic. But next week on Thursday at 7 p.m. in person in the cafe, Jazz Gria, part of our Latin Jazz Heritage series. Also a reminder, Voices and Vibes is back 2 more times, Saturday, September 30th and Saturday, October 14th in the cafe, hosted by Paul Concasso. And we have confirmed La Bruja's stage play she wrote and is performing will come back to the New Regan Poets Cafe one more time before the reconstruction, Saturday, October 21st. La Bruja, hopefully you'll let everyone know about this. This is amazing. I'm so glad we're going to get to see you one more time. It's just amazing. There are so many more programs, as La Bruja can confirm. We're going to have more jazz programs. We have a film screening on the 26th. Too much for me to tell you about. Just follow us on our social media channels, on our website. You see, I also put La Bruja's and Elemental social media handles there. They always post, content about upcoming programs as well. You can go to our Linktree, or you can help us donate and contribute at newregan.org/contribute. You can also buy merchandise. I will put that all in the chat. For any tickets, any of the upcoming programs, just go to newregan.org, click on full events calendar, choose the date and time, or you can scan the QR code here if you are on your laptop or computer right now. Pull out your phone, or you can buy tickets at the door, except for the online open mics. Those you have to get on our ticket site. And last but not least, if you want to be on our mailing list, scan the code here. I will put that in the Zoom chat as well. That way you will never miss out on anything. Before we hand it back to La Bruja, let us unmute Elemental. And Elemental, tell everyone what is coming up on the Monday night online open mic, which is the other side of the week on the online world. Elemental, good to see you here as well.
Absolutely. What's good, everybody? Shout out Ron Mark Thompson, the dopest tech in the Zoomverse for real. Shout out every poet who came before us and who's going at the end of the show. Listen, we truly appreciate all your energy. It truly makes this thing go. All right. As you mentioned, I'm Elemental, host of the Monday night online open mic. This week, we are going to look at the right to flight. Bring your poetic license. Also, it is the start of Hispanic Heritage Month. All right. So bring all of your work in your native tongue. Please come through, hang out with the greatest community in the world. It is going down. Make sure you're plugging in here next week too. Finn Bell's going to be an incredible host. All right. You know what it is. Back to the one and only La Bruja. Peace.
Elemental, thank you so much. The host with the most on the Monday night. You know what, Ron, you reminded me, I advertised the wrong thing for next Thursday. So next Thursday is the workshop. That's right, on 4th Street between Bowery and 2nd, Studio 1. That's at 7 p.m. I'm going to be doing a workshop there, the writing workshop. It's been a series that we've been doing there once a month. This is the 1 month that it's going to be on the 21st. And then every other month after that, it'll be the last Thursday of every month that I'll be up in there. And if it's not me, it'll be a wonderful substitute teaching artist that I absolutely trust and adore. So next week is our Jazz Gria here in the cafe. And then it's the next Thursday that I'm going to be at Centro for the book release, Diasporic Journeys, Puerto Rican Writers in the United States. And that Thursday, we're going to pass the baton off to Ron Mark Thompson to host. Okay? Our loyal Ron that holds it down, super efficient, is always on point. Thank you, and I appreciate you. So you're going to be in good hands, absolutely, as you always are. So next week it will be Finn Bell. The next week it'll be Ron, and then I'll return. But you know, these weeks there's so much happening. I'm so thrilled about it. Okay, and now let's get back into the list. Jason Candanedo has joined us and has been coming back every Thursday, was here for the block party in persona. What's good, Jason?
Just chilling. How you doing, La Bruja?
Doing all right.
Cool,
What you gonna do for us tonight?
Just a little piece I have here I'd like to share with everyone. So I'll start. I am a moving man. Rest is not mine for too long, perhaps payment for my sins. Numerous as they are, past and present, known and unknown, father to son, or maybe God just doesn't like me all that much. In that case, I just tell God what I tell everyone else, take a fucking number. The universe is never static, so why should I be I reason? Because I need a reason for existence and life is spirit. Where's my mother's womb when I need it? 9 months of safety, sanctuary in West. Well, thanks for having me. I write for fame, for money, for recognition. None of the above. I write out of pure desperation. There's nothing left to give or do, but I have much to say. I just don't know how to say it. Would you pay for my words, my thoughts? You say, fuck no. They're not that important. Why would you when there are millions of words floating out there for the taking? And you can speak to any Tom, Dick, Harry, and Jane. So there, the question is settled. Shit, man, I don't charge anyway. I just give it away for free, even to the uncaring. And existence is a statistic tucked away in the corners and shadows of the collective consciousness of the American dream, or what we call it. And the dream is afraid to see because if it did, the dream would become a nightmare. And the dream while you're awake is a daydream. And I have to be dreaming right now because reality cannot be this fucked up. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Another piece about reality on the Ike Waltz tip. Show some love, everybody. I'm
Awesome.
muted.
Really, really nice work.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Jason.
Heartfelt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just okay. So Principe is up next. Let's unmute Principe, who's been joining us on these Thursday nights, reading from his journal. Where are you tonight, Principe?
Same place.
Yeah, where's that? Remind us.
Come Washington.
Okay. So what you gonna do for us? You got something new in that journal?
2 poems.
Okay, take it away.
The first poem is called Optical Illusion. Enjoy your mind trip, but don't trip on your mind. Word from the absolutely the best. I be tripping on myself sometimes. Tripping like someone is getting mad over the most minuscule of things. Nebulous objects keep the innate blind on my face closed. Again, my mind is tripping. Only if I could see past the innate blinds and then like in an enlightened being, I see through the code of illusions created by yours truly. The next poem is right now is untitled. Love sounds beautiful when your words and actions are in complete symmetry with each other. It sounds like lost in translation when they say tall tale to your face, or or what they say and do don't link. The sound of love is more than a sexual current of energy flowing between two people. It's more than hearing hello or I love you. It's asking how are you? If love between two people was that simple, like when people would put their feet in searing sand on a summer day, it burns in so many ways. People are afraid to get are afraid after when they open up and get used and abused. Love's complicated poem.
Prince of B, thank you for that. That's so true. You know, when the words match up with the actions, that is love, right? That's showing love. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for that. The searing sands, the feet in the sand, like the imagery. Thank you for sharing all of that. Well done. Keep going. Keep writing, poet. You know what's good. Fantastic. Now we're going to get into the good luck round. And what's the good luck round? Good luck round is for those people that didn't get to sign up on the Wednesday, because we do our sign up 24 hours before showtime. So that's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, that the list on our website opens up. You go to neweurekan.org, get on the calendar, click the event, and you get your free ticket as a sign up. But if you miss that whole process that secures you a slot, the good luck round is for you. You get into the chat and you let us know that you're ready to share your poetry with us. So first on our good luck round is Celeste Ramos. Let's see what's good with Celeste.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? How's everybody doing?
Good.
I'm in fabulous Queens. As some of you remember, I was in LA when I started coming to the open mics. I was living in LA for a year, but anyway, I'm here, and I have two pieces for you about hope. And the first one is called Fear Makes the Best Door Handles. When I'm standing here and you're standing there, through the door, I can hear you singing. I can hear the music of the party. I can hear the laughter. I can smell the food. I can smell that smell of yours that replaces every flower. I can feel the vibration of the voices coming through the door, asking, where is she? Is she here yet? I can hear you. I can hear you singing. But see, I've fallen for tricks before. Laughter can be recorded and music can be played back. Your voice can be a hallucination, just my thoughts reaching into the back pockets of my heart for something that hurts. And while there's a door before me, there could be a wall behind you. And if I open it, I could just be walking into brick and plaster dust to powder my nose. I could just be walking into a room with a big sound system playing in the dark. I don't want to dance with the shadows of you again. I don't want the maybes and the could be's and the well, it's not always easies. I don't want to press my palm to another screen or book and wish they were portals. I want to open this door because I can hear you. I want to hold your hand because I can feel you. I want to dance with you because I can hear you singing. And I think you'd like the sound of my voice too. Can't you just tell me you're actually there? That when you say you care, it also means you don't, but in the right way. No matter what I look like, I can stay, that I can turn this handle and believe it really is a door, and that when I do, I can find you're welcome. Thank you. That's the first one. And the second one is called Hope. Hope is a heavy thing. For such a small word, it takes a lot for that bitch to float, let alone fly. There's the how, that question so abhorred by God and the universe, so the humans say, because there's so many other ways things could be if we had control. Control isn't always about ego. I think spirits forget we're on different time zones. Bodies tick and bills don't wait, and diseases don't halt, and friends don't undie. Projects and wishes and love targets and houses and dreams and children have to bob and weave between the schedules of capitalism and fate. There's nothing and there's enough in this world, stacked together to have to then add the feather of hope. Divine timing is cool and all until you realize it's sold as feathers, but it moves like a tired paw when it's out of the box. At those times when all you are moored to is hope. Prayers become pleas and pleas, and pride becomes the sword's edge that you got to do your best triple axel on. Pride of self. I can do it. I've got what it takes to keep moving in faith as I wait. But pride of self says, fuck this. I don't have time to waste. I'll do it on my own. The situation is a hurricane's eye. I don't have time for hope. None of us do. Not really. Not seemingly. Every time it'll temper you. Test gets misused a lot. There's no one in a chair with a score sheet seeing if you'll get something right. If life were schoolroom tests, we'd get a lot more instruction and do-overs than we tend to. It's not as much black or white and pass or fail as it is survival, in hope that at the end we'll get an answer. And hope is skinny, tends to fall between crevices of night and day. It's easy to lose. It likes to hide and play peekaboo. Not always easy to find, but it always seems to find you. Thank you.
Right. Give it up for Celeste. Beautifully done.
You're way back.
I loved it.
That was amazing.
Temperance. There's like you have like the stoic delivery. Thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. Great to see you. Great way to open up the good luck round. And now we're going to keep it going, keep it flowing, and see what's good with Liza. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Doing well. Looking
Great.
forward to October.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Everyone's coming closer. Celeste is in Queens. Liza's on her way. Fire.
Thank you for the space. Hi, everyone. It's y'all. It's really good to be here with y'all. I just have a short piece. I have been, how do you say, I've been walking on proverbial eggshells. Starting and stopping, my words are mixed. They defy articulation. It's been difficult. My virtuosity, so to speak, my technique has grown significantly threatened. It used to be a poet could sweep you off your feet. Entice with words, make verbs action, no distractions, verbal excursions arriving at physical conclusions. However, conversations have been replaced with text that can lead to cybersex nudes and awkward moments where emojis can be misconstrued. Or swipe right, height right, let's fuck tonight. I mean, I ain't old-fashioned. However, human interaction should fit an equation, not a transaction. This poem is a distraction, a moment of your attention. Only inner light can be felt and seen in the darkness. Blue phosphorus screens cannot replace sunbeams. Go out and play. There is no day like today. Get dirty, get funky. Play Brass Monkey by the Beastie Boys. Toss a football like the '84 Cowboys. Experience joy in real life. That's what's important, not Kanye's ex-wife. I ain't hating, I am retro. Just wondering, I wanted to know what you look like behind that blue glow.
Man, see, speak the truth. Why don't you? What, Liza?
I have Brass Monkey in my head. Thank you.
Yes. The swipe right, bam, bam, bing, bam, that whole thing. Oh my God. So true. It's scary. Thank you for keeping it real, Liza. Can't wait to see you in October when you do it right here on this stage.
I can't wait. Bless. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let's see what's good now with Kazi Kaz. We're up to, what letter are we up to? I think we're up to M.
Yes, so as y'all know, I left off at P last week, so I will do from Q to S today.
Okay, let's go. Q to S.
So without further ado, I present to you Q to S. Quillingly qualified, qualitatively quiescent, and quizzically questionable quotas. Quietly quoting quaintly quilted and crackily cued queries while on quantumly qualm quenching and quintessentially quid pro quo in quest for quickie giving queens to quickly quell quizzingly queer quirkiness. Quadratically quarantine the quarterly quagmires from Quantico to Quebec. Question the coursey qualities of quantitative quotients. Also, the quarreling quintuplets quippy quinceañera at Quiznos required quite qualified quarterbacking. My quivering quads were quiveringly quaky. What quesadillas, though? Anyway, rightfully relish the radiantly resonant rejoicings of righteously rudimentary rewards. Resurgently rise to responsibly reach our respectively refreshing resolutions. Respectfully reason with reasonably rational reasonings and receptively responsive retorts. Repugnantly repudiate the revoltingly reticent rats, rigidly refusing to relinquish their repressively royal reigns. Remember to relentlessly resist the ruthlessly rude ramblings, rantings, and ravings of ritualistically religious rejects, rapidly rendering to redundant right-wing radicals. Refinely resurrect the reminiscent resilience from the ridiculously rustic rubble of rusty ruins to the roaringly revolutionary, romantically renewed rapport recently realized. Rebelliously reveal the refurbished renovation of rampantly retrograding relationships. Realistically request robustly ratifying reinstatements of reserved rights regarding restitution, reimbursement, retribution, and redemption, or run. Because sometimes stoic silence is essentially soft and seldomly spoken speech. Sympathetically sincere sentiments substantively support successfully symbiotic solidarities. The sensible salvaging of sparingly sweet salvation surprisingly specializes in scintillatingly speechless and sufficiently stimulating satisfaction. So sprightly spread this semantically sophisticated and scripturally synopsized soliloquy, selflessly saving the soulfully sacred spirituality from systematically stampeding stigmas and sadistically speculative slaughterings. Because succumbing to sardonically stipulative and strategically suspicious sanctions, distortedly stifling and sneaky seductions, sacrilegiously serves to severely sever the serenely satiating sanctimony of our sadly sparse species. So skillfully saunter in symmetrically synchronized steps so as to safely survey the soberingly sickening swarming of steadily spawning subjugation while spitefully spitting on slyly slick slanderers. So. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, give it up.
Oh my God.
Amazing, amazing.
What
Wow.
do you do for your
The
warm-ups?
phone could not keep up. That was great.
What do you do for your warm-ups? I'm so curious.
I do a lot of moving my lips and making sure they're moist. You know what I mean? Because it's a tongue twist and it takes a lot. I brought to work on my breath control also. So like I make sure that my lips are nice and moist and I get my breath control because yeah.
Nicely done, Kazi Kaz. Breath control and all. I think so far I would say R has been my favorite. I can't wait till you do them all and then I just want to hear R again. Thank you so much, Kazi Kaz. Okay. We are coming down to our last poet, Good Luck Round, and of tonight's Thursday night. Please welcome Mahogany Soul.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Where are you tonight, Mahogany?
I am coming from right next door in the great state of New Jersey. I'm actually planning on coming over tomorrow, so yeah.
All right, yes. That would be great. Well, welcome to our Thursday night online open mic.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you. Okay, this piece is called Therapy versus Paranoia. I sometimes imagine them listening the way clever foxes do hen houses, salivating over the fat bottom fodder of my life in shambles, but still I speak. In memorial to all the unsaid things, I speak like the Savannah red dirt my mother craved when I was a babe, did coat my tongue, and If I'd only open up my mouth, the soil would find sun, and the alchemy of exposure be the perfect bed for the rock rose that is the remarkable display of me. I mean, the graveyard got as much dirt as the garden. The soot can be used for more than covering up the dye and the pain, repurposed into purpose, on purpose. And it's an earnest offering. Yes, I've suffered. I survived. 9, I will thrive, or in the very least, I'll scream for help until help should arrive. Rare said that my soul, still tethered to bone, is the art, the brilliant expression of war scars. The honest voice is unique, our audible display of self. All I have to do is speak. It is my voice that makes me brave. I'll speak until the walls shake, and speak as if my story is my name. And my name be ancient hieroglyph cliff notes, reminding generations of young girls of the power in the chakra in your throat. I speak, and he takes notes, and I speak, all the while feeling as if my secrets are nothing more than the fetishized masterpiece needed in his next thesis. I speak until my time is up. I gather my pieces and I leave, but I find myself in a space of bliss that I never want to leave. I am merely the primordial ooze of a butterfly in between, enjoying the process of breaking. No, this ain't suffering. I speak as if my ancestors are speaking up for me. And that's the piece. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the space.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Wow, that was feminine divinity.
Everyone's closing lines have been so gorgeous. I love these.
That's heavyweight.
Really.
That's heavyweight. Come through Monday night. That's heavyweight.
Mahogany Soul, thank you so much. Come visit us, New Yorican Poets Cafe. Everybody, come on to this stage. Come be with us if you can. I can't wait to see you. Thank you for being here. The Thursday night online open mic, where it all started. Online community, the best in the world. Thank you. Buenas noches. Good night. I'll see you in 2 weeks. No, 3 weeks. Finn Bell, Ron, thank you.